If you clicked on this video, most likely you like calisthenics, you're training calisthenics, but you're feeling stuck in your progress and you don't know what is the reason for that. Or maybe you're just a beginner and you want to start calisthenics, but you don't really know how, and you want to see what kind of mistakes you can avoid on your path. And in both cases, this video is going to be super valuable for you because I'm going to share with you my experience of training for 6 years. And to be honest, for these 6 years I have made a lot of mistakes, and the point of this video is to actually help you avoid these mistakes and progress faster than I did. So the first mistake that we are going to cover is not training for the things that you want to be good at. And you might say like, what are you talking about? Like, this is obvious, but actually a lot of people are getting this wrong. Because, for example, I'm going to share my journey, I'm going to share the way that I did this mistake was when I started. I was doing a lot of basics, like I was doing just pull-ups, dips, nothing crazy. In the first few years I was just training without a goal. I was just doing some random stuff and that was okay for me at the time. And once I get better, once I was able to do like 20 pull-ups, 40 dips, my basics were at a decent level. And I actually wanted to improve. I actually wanted to start doing some skills. I actually wanted to learn a clean muscle up. I wanted to learn the front lever. That was my dream skill at the time. And I was wondering, like, why am I not able to do these skills? Why my muscle ups are looking like shit? Why I can't hold the front lever? Like, what is the problem? And the problem was that I wasn't training for them. It may be obvious, but at the time I thought that in order to do the front lever I actually have to be able to do 30 pull-ups, or if I want to do the plunge I have to be able to do 60 dips, which is nonsense. Like, a lot of people are making these mistakes. They're just not training for the things that they actually want to be good at. And don't get me wrong, if you're a total beginner and you're just starting calisthenics, you definitely should be focusing on the basics first. Like, don't get straight away into skills, don't do plunge, don't do front lever. You're just not going to be able to learn these skills, or if you're going to be able to do them, it's going to take you like really a lot of time, like years, and you don't want to do that. So if you're just starting, make sure that your basics are on a good level, like at least 15 pull-ups, even 20 is going to be even better, like 30 dips, 40, something like that. And only then you can kind of transition, to doing some skills like explosive clean muscle ups, front lever, planches, one arm handstands, handstand push-ups, and all of that more advanced stuff for the skills. But let's get back to the topic. So I wanted to learn these skills, but I actually never trained for them. And I was wondering why I can't do them, but the reason is just because I never really trained for them. It was good that I had some basic strength like pull-ups and dips, but if you want to be good at something, you have to train for it. For example, if you're playing football and you're going to have a football match, you're not going to go and practice basketball, right? Like, it's stupid, right? So it's the same thing with calisthenics. If you want to be good at a certain skill, you actually have to train the skill specifically. So specificity is a key to mastering something in calisthenics. And the reason that I didn't train for the skills that I wanted to unlock is just because I was insecure. Like, I was afraid of training for them because I wasn't good at them. I wasn't good at muscle ups. I wasn't good at front lever, and because of that I never trained for these skills. But on the other side, I was always good at pushing movements, pushing skills, and because of that I was doing handstand push-ups all the time. I was doing plunge, and I had more progress with that rather than with the explosive muscle ups and with the front lever. And because of that, at that time I wasn't on a good level for the pulling skills. So that would be my advice. If you want to be good at front lever, if you want to be good at plunge, then you need to train them specifically, and only then you're going to see some good results. Yeah, of course there are some people that are like talented and they're going to try the front lever and they're going to make it from the first try, but probably you're not one of these people. I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty rare case. So if you want to be good at something, just go and train for it. And now it's time for a coffee break. And we are moving on to the second mistake, which is not tracking your progress. And this is a massive one because once again, I'm going to give you an example with my calisthenics journey. When I was training, I never tracked my progress. And I realized this only for the past like 2 to 3 years. Before that, I was just doing some random workouts. I was just going to the calisthenics park. I was just spamming some pull-ups. I was spamming some dips. And that was all. I didn't know how many sets I did. I didn't know if I did more reps than the previous time. I didn't know if my form is getting better. I didn't know any of that. And this is a massive mistake because you can't progress if you're not going to track your progress. I know that it sounds stupid, but let's repeat it once again. You can't make progress if you don't know if you're making progress, if you're not tracking everything, because you can make progress in a lot of ways. Maybe you're going to do more sets, maybe you're going to do more reps per set, maybe your technique is going to be better, maybe your hold time is going to be, for longer. Like, there are so many things that you should track to be sure that you're actually progressing, because if you're just going to the calisthenics park or to the gym, you're just doing some random stuff, lifting random weights, doing random exercises, you're never going to progress in the direction that you want to progress, because you're first of all most likely not training specifically, and second of all, you don't know if the things that you're doing are working because you're not tracking it. So my advice would be to actually set a proper goal for yourself. Another important thing is to train with a structure, because if you're doing random workouts, as I said, you're just going to get random results. You're just going to literally get random results. If you want to get better at the muscle up, you have to train specifically for that. If you want to get better at the handstand, you have to train specifically for that, and you have to track your progress. Otherwise, you're either not going to make progress or it's just going to be too slow. So you have to create that structure that is going to be specifically for your goals at the moment. For example, muscle up and handstand, and this is going to be the priority. And the second priority is going to be to still improve on your basics like pull-ups and dips, but the main priority are the skills. So you have to create a sustainable routine with workouts, with exercises, with sets, and you need to track all of that for the next few weeks, months, even years, to make sure that you're moving into the right direction. Because otherwise, you can go to the calisthenics park, you can do some muscle up attempts, you can do some handstand attempts, but this is not going to actually help you achieve the dream skills that you want so fast. Maybe after some times you're going to get them, like maybe you're going to learn the handstand in 1 year, but do you really want to learn the handstand in 1 year? Like, this is in my opinion, a beginner skill. It's not hard, and you should literally unlock it in like 1 to 2 months. And I have helped a lot of people do that. For example, my client Georgi literally unlocked the handstand in 2 weeks with my help. And because of that, like before that, he was trying it by himself for literally 1 year. He didn't manage to do it. I just taught him a couple of things and he managed to unlock it in 2 weeks. So the handstand is a really easy skill and you really want to master it fast. So you should create this routine and actually start tracking your progress. And if, for example, you don't know how, it's too hard for you to think about how many days per week you should be working out, what kind of exercises you should be doing, what kind of progression of the handstand or on the muscle up or any other skill you should be working on, and so many different things that you should combine in one structure that is actually going to work, and you don't know how to do it, but you really want to unlock the skills, you really want to build your dream physique, like improve your basics and just achieve your goals in calisthenics. You can apply for my one-on-one mentorship program. The link is going to be in the description and also in the bio of my YouTube channel. And after that I'm going to contact you and we are going to see how I can actually help you professionally achieve your goals faster. Because as I said, creating this routine that is actually based on your specific goals and being able to follow it consistently and track your progress, this is the thing that is going to make all the difference. And finally, the third mistake is ignoring your diet, which is a huge one, because a lot of athletes, not only in calisthenics, I mean literally in every sport, they're just focusing on their training structure, as I already mentioned that. They're focusing on, proper technique, or like all of that stuff related to working out, but they just completely ignore the aspect of proper dieting. Because you can have the best program in the world, you can have the best sleep in the world, but if your diet is not good, you're not going to get the same results as if your diet was good. And for example, in my journey, I was always skinny fat. I'm probably going to put a picture here, and I always thought that it's all my genetics. I'm just, I can't be lean, I can't have a six-pack, I can't look good. But actually the reason for that was that I was just ignoring my diet. I thought that if I'm working out enough, if I'm training hard, if I'm training calisthenics, if I'm doing cardio, then I'm going to have a, Greek god physique. But unfortunately it doesn't work like that. And as I said, for a lot of years I really thought that I just can't be lean, I just can't achieve my dream physique, I just can't get to like 8% body fat. But all of that is false. Like, yes, of course genetics play some role, but all of you can unlock skills like muscle ups and handstand. It's not something extraordinary. These skills are easy. Or for example, all of you can be lean and look good. Yeah, maybe you're not going to be the next Mr. Olympia, but if you're watching this video, probably this is not one of your goals anyway, so who cares? Like, all of you, doesn't matter what kind of genetics you have, you can look good and you can perform not just easy calisthenic skills, but like intermediate calisthenic skills, like handstand push-ups, like even straddle planche. All of you can learn a straddle planche if you're just following the right structure, consistently, as I already told you. So you don't have to ignore the diet, because it is really a massive part of your progress. If you're going to focus on your diet, you're going to optimize your structure, aka your routine, as I already told you, and you're going to add a proper sleep to that, and you're going to follow this routine consistently, literally you're going to make crazy gains. And I lost so much time in my calisthenics journey. First of all, for the first 3 years, I wasn't training serious at all. As I said, I was just doing some random stuff. And only for the past 2 to 3 years, I'm actually following a structure. I'm actually optimizing my workouts. And for the past 7 months, I'm training only skills. And I have made an amazing progress in the front lever, in the handstand, in the planche. I learned so many skills. And this is because I'm doing everything right. And only for 7 months, I learned things that most people are struggling with literally for years. And this is because I'm doing everything right now. And maybe the only good thing that I did for the first 3 years of my calisthenics journey was focusing on the basics. I was doing a lot of pull-ups and dips, not in the proper way, because as I said, I didn't follow a routine, but still I did a lot of basics, and because of that I actually managed to build some good amount of muscle mass and strength, which in the future helped me with the skills. But if you're just starting, try to avoid these 3 mistakes. Try to get to a good level at the basics, as I said, 15 to 20 pull-ups, 30 to 35 dips, something like that. And then you can, start moving on to the beginner calisthenic skills like muscle-ups, handstands, and so on, while still doing the basics, And you can achieve these results way faster if you're going to do everything right. So once again, if you need some help, if you don't know how to eat properly, how to train properly, but you really want to unlock your dream physique, you really want to get your basics to the next level, you really want to unlock all of these cool calisthenic skills, once again, the link is going to be in the description. You can apply for my one-on-one coaching. I'm going to contact you. We're going to have a short conversation and actually see if you're going to be a good fit for my coaching, and if I'm going to be able to help you professionally achieve your goals. So in general, obviously there are a lot of other mistakes, but otherwise this video is just going to be too long, so make sure not to do these 3 massive mistakes that I told you, because they are like really game changers, and you should be good. This should be enough for now. So yeah, you can also check my Instagram, it is going to be in the description. I'm posting reels every single day, a lot of stories, a lot of education, so you're also going to be able to learn a lot about calisthenics, and it's going to be helpful for you. And as always, expect redemption, and see you in the next one.